welcome to Third Wheel, the show where we discuss anything that we want to talk about and then also play games and make each other hate each other. I'm Steven, and today I'm joined by 3 guests this time. We have a new special guest today, but usually I'm joined by Brandon and Grace. You guys say hi.
Grace and I were always guests on this podcast. Obviously.
Nope, you were never guests.
Welcome back to this week's episode of Forest. Check it out on at Mr. Boatcraft on YouTube.
You know, that's actually probably the first time we've ever promoted just me.
Don't worry about it.
Anyways, our special guest today.
Shush! It's my turn. Anyway.
I'm sorry.
For viewers that were here last time, or for viewers that weren't, let me remind you, last week, I was picked to be the third wheel for reasons I deemed to be very unfair. You know what? Some would say it's debatable. I would say I got wrong.
Oh, well, you want to know something so funny? I looked back, while editing the footage, I realized that I actually gave you an unfair advantage on accident, because when you got that, like, $50,000 in that one round, I never, like, gave you a punishment to complete in order to earn that. So I just forgot my own rule, but you lost it anyways. So.
I was also gonna make it an interlude episode, but then I was told that was not a good idea.
Well, doing that anyway, because I decided we have not had a guest yet this season. Last season, Andreas was our guest. This season is going to be my friend, well, all of our friend, really, Sean. Say hi, Sean.
I am not all of you guys' friends, but hi.
I think that was directed more at me.
Yeah, that
How
was.
could you say that to me, Sean?
I barely know him.
He's been through.
No,
Damn,
I'm not talking about you. I need to know Steven more.
He's talking about Brandon. He's talking about
Yeah. I have no idea who these guys are. I've just been kidnapped. I've been in the basement for so long. I'm the editor. Help
anyway,
me.
in this week's episode, if you'll remember our rules from last season,
You're not allowed to mention your kidnap.
if you remember from last season, our rule states that our guest gets to pick. Oh my gosh. Okay.
He did preface that if he ever fell over.
I'm sitting.
Give him a minute.
Okay, heads up. I'm sitting on a stack of books.
This man doesn't have a
What
chair.
happened to your yoga ball?
I don't want to make a lot of noise.
But books falling over is really quiet.
Anyways, Grace.
Thank you, Sean.
No problem.
Do you remember?
Buckets.
If you remember from last season when we explained how to be a guest and all the rules that entail, our guest gets to pick the topic.
Yeah.
He looks so excited about it. Gotta give him a second to readjust his stack of books.
So we will also determine as a group next time whether or not, depending on who is the third wheel this time, whether or not I will go or if the person that's chosen today.
Wasn't our thing that, like, if we did a guest thing, the guest would just, like, choose who gets, like, a pass sort of thing?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. And see, I don't even remember our own rules.
Well, we made that at the start of the season.
They make up so many rules they can't keep track of all of them.
You want to know the reason? You want to know the reson we don't remember? Because no one emails us. Please, we want guests.
Okay, well, here's also the thing. When my computer hard reset a while back, not the recent one that I told you about, Brandon, I never re-added that email because I completely forgot it existed, so it's totally possible.
Wow, okay, so if you've been emailing us and we didn't respond, I blame Steven.
Actually,
Yes, Steven.
It was Randall's fault.
I blame Randall.
Blame Randall on this one. He put his new diss track out, and it's just, oh my god, it distracted all of us.
Oh yeah, I blame Randall.
Oh, if you want to blame anyone, blame Randall. Don't blame the guy in the basement.
Has anybody fed Randall lately?
What?
Has anybody fed Randall lately?
I'm sure he's fine.
No. But when
He's
he says
wandering the streets. He'll be okay.
when you say fine, do you mean that he's starved, he's starving, or he's dead?
Dead isn't
Yeah.
fine. If you're dead, you're dead. That's not being fine.
Okay, so Brandon's fine.
He's all right.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Air quotes. I'm confused on what you're trying to imply.
I think he's
I
trying to
think
say
I'm
that I
dead.
killed Randall and I'm just trying to hide it.
No, I'm trying to say that you put Randall inside Brandon.
What?
What?
I don't know.
Okay, now that we're done with this weird Five Nights at Freddy's horror story,
Is this what you want to be? I just don't get it.
okay, enough
What
with the
do you say?
FNAF references. Let's move on. Sean, please tell us what our topic is going to be. What game and or discussion are we going to have?
Well, let's do something similar, like funny, like close encounters. Like, can I give a quick example really quickly?
Go
Yeah.
for it.
All right, so well, I went to a private school close to where I live, and I decided, okay, I want to transfer schools because this school is getting absolutely horrible. I'm not going to name the school because I don't want emails to go to them saying, "Hey, this school, you got it from this podcast." This school
Emails?
sucks." I
Oh,
don't know.
emails. Okay, I thought you said you didn't want females. That's what we're talking about.
God, I hate
God,
that.
I hate females.
Terrible.
I hate
Terrible.
females. Am I right, Brandon and Steven? Females.
Whoa, why are you roping me in this?
I am not agreeing with you here.
Yeah, I'm not agreeing with that either.
Brandon,
I don't
But,
how about you get some males first?
Yeah, get the mails. Yeah, obviously, we need to get the emails. Not
Anyway.
So I was going to transfer schools, and I was looking at two schools, which are going to be unnamed. Both of them, one of them is pretty close by, but was full, and the other
Which
school
we will-
had an opening.
Here,
And-
let's give them fake names.
Let's go with we have John Christian as one school, and Alex
John
Christian.
Christian, Alex Christian.
Because
Yeah, they're both. They were both.
at all.
Well, one's Catholic and one's Christian. So John Catholic and Alex Christian.
Okay.
And, so one school, John Catholic, they were full. They had a waiting list going on. But I knew the people that I knew all the people that worked. I knew all the people that worked there because I went to Sunday school there. And
Wait,
the other
does
one,
this mean you went to Alex Christian?
no, I went to Alex Christian, yes. But
Okay.
if I went to John Christian, I would have met Brandon because he went to that same school.
I did go to John Christian.
No, I'm
Okay.
serious. This is not even a bit. I literally was deciding on going to that school.
Oh, okay. So so I think what you're trying to say is like basically like stories surrounding the fact that it's a small world,
Yes.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Things happen.
It was fate.
Things
for me.
almost
It
happen.
was
Yeah.
fate.
It was fake. It was just a front.
Want to know how I met Sean too?
No.
I got pushed is a strong word, but I got knocked down the bleachers at a football.
No,
game.
you got pushed down the bleachers.
Push is a strong word.
Push
but
is-
someone
Push
touched
is
me and I
strong.
fell down the
No.
bleachers a little
Push
bit.
is a weak word. I got a black eye afterwards. I mean, I
Did
don't
you
know.
fall on Sean?
Sean was
No,
just there.
He fell
but
into my
basically-
lap.
Fell into my open arms.
Like, ah.
No, Sean was just there. He just watched me get. He watched that happen to me. It was some other individual that we got.
He who shall not be named.
Yeah, we were hitting.
Because he's not here.
We were hitting each other with those like inflatable. I forget what they're called. Like the inflatable. Like,
Oh, they're like the sound makers.
the boob stick.
boom
Boob
stick.
stick. Yeah.
Oh!
We kept slapping each other with those, and he stepped out of the way and let me fall.
Yeah.
I plummeted a few rows of bleachers, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
I
And
decided.
Sean was there when I fell, and then I looked
That's
up.
so funny.
Yeah.
I don't remember how I met Sean. I think that like I just because he was in none of my classes freshman year. I met him. We all met in high school, but Steven went to a different high school than we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met Sean first, but we didn't have any classes together. We just kind of hung out in the general same area until one day I think someone who was in my friend group at the time, because she was at my middle school, she like walked over and introduced herself, and I kind of followed along, and I just never really left, even after she did.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I think because you and the guy who let Brandon fall, you guys would hang out together after school, and I would hang out with you guys until my carpool arrived, and that's kind of how we became friends.
Yeah. And then
I don't-
eventually you invited me into a club, and you're like, "Hey, we have this thing going on in this. Can you join?" And I'm like,
Okay, something I didn't realize until the guy who let Brandon fall down the bleachers pointed out to me is he told me that I was like quote unquote the leader of our friend group because I had created it.
"Mm."
And looking back, I don't know. That's just what he told me. So believe it or not, I don't know. So
I say it's
I don't
fake
believe
news.
fake news.
Fake
Well-
news.
They're just doing that.
Well, I don't know, because looking back, I think there's some merit to it. Like leader of the group, that's a stretch. Whether or not I created the group, I don't think it's like that.
Yeah, creator.
Because
I can see creator.
Because the reason I accidentally created my high school friend group by getting a guy's number.
Well,
And essentially, this guy that I'm gonna talk about, he and I actually did end up dating for a while. He's my ex now. But essentially, I had this best friend who I've known since first grade, who I'll call Dave. Dave and I kind of like stuck to each other because we went to the same elementary and middle school. And so we kind of were hanging out a lot freshman year. And then I see Dave talking to this guy that like I found kind of interesting. Like we talked, we seemed to click. And so I was like, Dave, like I want to have this guy's number. Can you like create a group chat with the three of us? So that way like I can have his number and like we can talk and be friends and stuff, which is very like out of the norm for me. Like I'm not one to like ask for people's numbers. I'm not one to like push the issue because I don't want to make people uncomfortable
sure.
if like they don't want to whatever. But anyway, see, I thought that's where it would end. But this man whose number that I wanted kept adding people and more people and more people until it created like this giant group chat of like more people adding people until we all got along and we were messaging each other every single day like throughout the summer, even though we were all in like different states or different countries. We were messaging and talking like all the time. And then when sophomore year rolled around, we were all best friends kicking it together. Like whatever. And so I had accidentally unintentionally created our friend group and asking for a guy's number.
I think I still have one of those group chats on my phone.
I do have that group chat. It is dead now.
Yeah,
now
no-
like,
It hasn't been used since like COVID.
yeah, dude, our relationships kind of got burnt out. I think we also realized the reason a lot of us were talking.
We had
It's
no one else to talk.
Well, no, it's because like every one of us only had like one or two best friends in the group, and the other people were like friends with somebody else. Like the reason we were a friend group is because everybody was chained to somebody else,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
understandable.
like, for example, if everybody has one best friend, my best friend is Brandon. Brandon's best friend is you. Your best friend is Tim. Tim's best friend is like, it's like so on, so on. Like that's how like our friend group was working. You went to a different high school. Why are you-
He gave me this face like
I wasn't even included in like an example.
I know why you're. See, I know why you're not included.
Well, because I'm talking about the friend group specifically.
Yeah.
We met you like sophomore year, like later sophomore year,
Yeah.
through a Minecraft server, no less.
Wasn't it in
Yeah.
sophomore year when we went into?
It was sophomore year. It was very end of sophomore
It
year.
was sophomore year.
Wasn't it sophomore year when we? I'm just gonna call the teacher M. Is it when we went into his room?
Like your
Is that sophomore year?
Sophomore year. So
Yes.
there's this teacher who was like I don't know if it was like the monitor. There's a teacher that had to essentially like back your club. And the oldest club on campus was the anime club. And our friend group kind of adopted that club and made it our own.
Yeah.
So pretty much like 90% of the
We
club.
slowly took it over.
Yeah, 90% of the club was just our friend group, so we hung out in that teacher's classroom every single day.
Mm-hmm. No, we had a couple other students that came in that went to that person's class, and then they just decided to stay for office hours or stay in lunch, and they just saw a whole group of people merging funneling in. And
pretty much, yeah.
Remember, like, so we have a full classroom. Like, let's say around 40 kids, or 40 seats. That's an average classroom.
It's huge.
Yeah.
No, like,
I'm doing an analogy here.
Okay,
so,
fine.
Let's just say
wait, do you know what an analogy is?
No.
Whatever.
We were a decent sized friend group. We took up only 20 like 50% of the class, so like 20 seats, even though we had like how many people? Like
it was give or take like 15 people.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're asking
20.
them. It's your analogy, man.
No. But we only took up 50% of the space. We didn't spread out to the whole thing.
No, we only took up like 25%. We stayed by the counters by the door. We tried not to sit in the seats.
We did kind of like scrunch to the side of the room. We were just
we did stay to the side.
Just have a mosh in the corner.
That was cool.
Yeah, anyway, essentially, I accidentally created my friend group because I wanted a guy's number. Because again, it was like, everybody was adding somebody. Like that guy, he added like 3 people, and another person added like 2 people, and those. I
don't think I added there. I think I just let.
You did not. You just got added.
Yeah,
you were added.
I was one of the people added. And I was like, I literally remember asking, like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Why am I here?
So that's the thing. Like I think you got added really, really late, Sean, because you were friends with all of us, but you weren't in the group chat.
Yeah, I was one of those people that I knew the lot, but I wasn't like accepted as a friend. No, that's bad.
No, you were.
No, I'm the one who's not being accepted.
You're not even in Steven, you're not even in the equation.
Exactly.
Okay. Fine. Since we have briefly mentioned how Brandon and I met, we met in high school through mutual friends in that group chat. Now that we know, let's give a brief overview of how me and Brandon met Steven, because we met him at the exact same time.
Yeah.
So what happened is Brandon and I were hanging out together, and so I was going through Brandon's phone, like a total non-crazy person. Funny. So I was going through. No, I was actually on. Was I?
I don't know. I was just scrolling through Instagram. I saw Dylan was live, and I think you.
So essentially, so we were together. Brandon, back when he still used Instagram, he was like looking through stuff, and I was like, "Oh my god, Dylan, who is Brandon's cousin, Dylan is doing a live stream. You have to join this." I was like, absolutely, like, Brandon, you need to join this live stream. And then we join, and we see that he's playing Minecraft on the server with his friends. And I was like, oh my god, yes, this is hilarious. And so Dylan is like, Brandon, you need to join this server. And so after I was like, Brandon, you also need to join the server. I was peer pressuring. I was like, Brandon, you need to join. So Brandon joins. And then I also had the IP, so I joined without permission. And nobody had any idea who the hell I was. And so we were playing until Dylan and his friend group, they slowly fizzled out. Like in under a week, that server went dead, because this is one that Steven had created just for his friend group. And so, for I want to say the better part of like a month, it was just me, Brandon, and Steven on this Minecraft world, just coexisting, talking through like chat and Minecraft signs from when we weren't like on. We'd leave mic signs for each other.
Right.
Jesus.
And you know what? It all worked out in the end. I knew we were going to be friends because there was no desert within like thousands of blocks from spawn. And I was like, hey, if you happen to have a cactus, like let me know. And of course, one day I come back and there's just a chest in front of my house with cactus in it.
It wasn't just a singular cactus. I had like no, it wasn't. Yeah, it was just like I had just traveled the world and just got like a stack of cactus from a faraway land and came back, and I spent like a good like hour of that day just going off into one direction for a very long time.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But yeah,
Sounds
no.
about
So,
right.
so
I-
yeah, essentially, I only needed like one because I just needed it for die.
Yeah.
You just needed to make green dye.
I don't have.
So-
as-
I don't know. I thought it was like really funny, and then
Yeah.
essentially Steven comes to us one day and he's like, "Guys, I have some really bad news. So none of the people this server was originally for use it at all, and so I'm not gonna pay for this." And so we traded Discords, and we've been friends ever since.
Yeah, I was paying a pretty penny for the highest quality RAM on a server provider because all of my friends were bitching on the fact that the free one that Eric was using was shit and lagged all the time. And so I was just like, God, if you care that much, why don't you pay for it? And they're just like, but I don't want to pay for it. And they're just
Yeah.
fucking stop complaining. I'll do it. Fine. So I set it up, and yeah, like it was. They were literally on for a week. That week that everyone fizzled out slowly was the only week that people were on.
Jesus.
So
It
what's
was
so
miserable.
funny is me and Brandon, who had just randomly found this server through a live stream we happened to join that was only like 20 minutes long. We found this server and we played on it like every single day.
Mhm.
Every single day. Always adding more stuff, talking to Steven. You had like that redstone base that was just like hidden in a mountainside.
Yep, I always do that.
So-
every time.
It
'cause
was-
Eric likes to steal my shit.
Yeah, no, every time I play Minecraft with him, I cry. I get so frustrated, I cry.
I think I have a kind of interesting story that kind of relates to Minecraft as well. It's pretty cool.
Wait, is this considered the small talk? We never actually like got on with our topic. It's okay,
It's
don't worry.
not my
It's fine.
topic, it's his.
Small talk is always cool. But the quick story.
Is the new topic Minecraft?
I think so. Yeah. So there's this one thing. So after going to did I say Avery or Alex Christian?
You said Alex.
We said
Alex, okay.
Alex Christian and John Catholic.
Okay, well, I'm
Remember,
talking
you
about
don't
Alex
like the
Christian.
females,
Alex Christian.
so-
Okay, so I went to Alex Christian. Okay, so this was in 6th grade. So I decided, okay, I might as well make a couple new friends here. So I made one friend. Let's call him
Dylan.
No, he's actually really cool.
And so Dylan's out of the question then? Question mark?
What? Give me a name that starts with Connor.
Brandon.
Just call him Connor, okay? So,
Brandon.
I met Connor in 6th grade.
It's not
And
confusing.
yeah, we started talking, and then he went to Tennessee, family, and he was over here for a year, then moved back to Tennessee, which is where he's from. So I didn't hear from him. I didn't give him my number. I didn't give him any Discord, nothing. So I thought I lost contact with him, which is actually kind of sad.
You
but-
thought?
Yeah, I actually was really sad. So let's see, and it was I think junior year in high school. I got on a Minecraft server because I was invited by a couple of friends, not you guys, different group of friends, and they said, "Hey, we started this Minecraft server. We want you to join." I'm like, "Okay, is it creative or survival?" They said creative. I'm like, "I'm down. Get me in. I'm going to build, and build." So I did. I did a lot of building, and they did like this nation thing. So I joined a nation, and it was called Imperium Romanum Lettucum.
What
It's played on Roman lettuce.
Okay.
So no, it was Imperial Romaine lettuce. So they got the nation up, and I joined it, and we started talking and all that stuff. And then we do calls every week, every like Friday at like 5 p.m. my time. And I got on the call. We start chatting, and then there's this one guy. We call each other by our real name. So they said Connor. Well, the guy's name. I'm like, wait a minute. Your voice sounds familiar. Are you Connor from Alex Christian? And like, yeah, so we met back up, and we still hang out we still talk with each other, even though he's in Tennessee.
That's cool.
Wow, you're so boring.
Yeah, I really am.
No, I'm kidding. But that
No,
does relate to the "it's a small world" thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I did because it was just a random Minecraft server. We called it ERF, ERF, using Fortnite letters.
Ew.
Yeah, the owner guy, let's just call him Infected. Asshole, by the way.
Wow.
Wow.
Um,
What a
Yeah.
name.
no, that was his in-game username, Infected.
Okay.
So
What a name.
he's a dick, but he's actually pretty insane in a good way. I don't know how to put it like that. But,
Grace
yeah.
me.
Yeah, well, it's all of us technically.
Ugh.
I don't think Steven, have we played in a Minecraft server before? I think we have.
Yeah. Yeah, you were
Yeah,
on that.
that-
You were
you
on
guys-
that same server. That
That we were
first
talking
server.
about. Yeah.
You were on that same.
Oh,
one.
I just barely was on it. No,
You
I
were-
built a house, didn't I?
You built the house. You were there.
Yeah. My house was a
Sam
tent.
and Tim were on that as well for a
Yeah.
little bit.
I like how
um,
usually any server
Oh,
that I build a tank as my house.
Never mind.
Yeah,
Also,
no, because I
I found a grain
remember
of rice.
what?
I found a grain of rice in my room. It's old.
Yep.
Okay, that was unneeded information.
Anyways.
No, but yeah, it was that one server. It was towards like the end when I let everybody know that like I was not paying for the server anymore, and it was probably gonna go down in about like a month because it was a monthly basis thing.
It was
I
like
was
a
starts-
week.
I let you guys know towards the end of that week though, so I had already decided that I wasn't gonna pay for it anymore, and I had
Mhm.
already canceled the thing. And the thing was is that like I already let everyone else know, and no one else got on after I was just like I'm not paid for it anymore. And then I was still playing on it, and it was just like, oh right, other people are on the server. I should probably let them know it's just gonna disappear.
Yeah.
But
Do
yeah,
you remember? When I heard the news, I built this little fire pit area on top of the hill by
Yeah.
our village.
yeah.
We just watched the sunset go down as the server died.
No, yeah, you sent me a screenshot because you were also using shaders, weren't you?
I think so.
Yeah, I remember. I actually remember like getting a picture of something from on Discord about it. So yeah, but it was like towards the end of it. Afterwards, you were just like, "Hey, you wanna join Discord call? We're gonna go play on Hypixel." And I was just like, "Do I want to play on Hypixel?" Yeah.
And, okay, but it was funny. 'Cause we did party games, which were awful.
And I won every time.
I like
They were fun, but they were rage-inducing.
yeah.
And then we started playing other fun games that you started uploading online, which again is at Mr. Boatcraft on YouTube.
Nice
But,
plug-in,
yeah.
by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Listen,
those
Grace
took
does
time.
all the plugins. I never need to do it ever. Grace
At
is
least you know
always
she's
doing
reliable.
She's
And
always
because
doing
I'm
the
so
plugins.
smooth with them.
No, I'm gonna counter that statement. All right, she's not liable because she always does it when I'm not recording. She's
Are you
always
recording now?
promoting when no one can
Are
hear?
you recording now?
That is so true. Oh, literally, we could be out at lunch in public, us, and I'll find some way to transition and be like, "Oh, at Mr. Boatcraft on YouTube."
Jesus Christ.
Or it'll be
Oh.
like before the podcast starts, she'll just be like, "You can go check out that episode." It's just like, what? Wait for me to start recording first. I can find
that's
a way to
understandable.
plug that in later.
Yeah.
I got another thing.
Go.
Is this okay? Is the topic Minecraft or It's a Small World?
Either
Yes.
way, it works. Well, kind of for the Minecraft thing, I guess. Not really, but there's I don't remember. Okay, the way I met this person, we never were like friends, but
That's rude.
Our
I consider you my best friend.
I'm not talking about you.
Talking about you.
But okay, so the reason why I say we're not like friends, the way that I came to know this person is that I got a call from a random number one day,
Oh, I
and
know which one you're talking about.
and he was trying to long story short, he prank called me trying to give me a Taco Bell order to deliver to him. Yeah, and so I got prank called by this man. He kept giving me his Taco Bell order, and I'm like telling him like, well, this isn't a Taco Bell. I thought he was being legitimate. It was like, and so he calls me back after that. He explains who he is. I'll just call him R. And so he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I have a YouTube channel. Like I was just doing whatever." And I was like, okay. And the only reason he had my number is because we were friends with this other guy that isn't really important, so we all won't give him a name.
Jesus
It's not
Christ,
important to
okay.
the
Not
conversation.
important.
Is this guy the one that I had known?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not
Yeah.
like him.
Damn.
Basically, he.
No, I want to incorporate that in my story. My It's a Small World story is I went to elementary school with this kid, and he transferred over to John Catholic. So Brandon and I
Everyone
both
going
knew
to John
him.
Catholic
Oh,
now?
I'm not
Jesus
talking
Christ.
about that.
Oh no, you're not. It's okay. Mine still counts anyway.
But
I still use
basically,
that as
yeah,
my
no,
story.
this arcade so yeah, no, he just knew one of my other friends, and so yeah, he prank called me, and so I didn't like, we just never talked again after that, and well, like in person, I guess. But basically, I think this was like a few months later. I got invited. I got invited to a Minecraft server. With actually the guy that you were talking about, Grace. I'll call him P.
Oh.
Or I'll call him.
Did I ever tell you that R is going through seminary?
Oh, you did tell me that.
Or
What seminary again?
Seminary is what you
it's like
go
school
through-
for pastors.
Oh.
you do to become a priest or a pastor.
But basically, this
Went from Taco Bell to the Catholic Church.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great segue.
It always
Like,
comes back to Jesus.
Hey, I just got from Taco Bell, and I'm coming to become a father now.
Oh my
What the
god!
fuck is this
Dude.
Wayfair shit?
Oh my god! We do not condone
We
church
don't.
abuse.
We don't.
It's good.
Oh.
Sean's gonna be like, I just got beep 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 from Taco Bell.
Yeah, we're gonna have to blur all that out. But instead of beep,
sorry.
it's gonna be Newt. Newt.
I'm sorry, I
Oh.
kind of got off track.
But yeah, coincidentally, this other kid, I'll just call him P, that also went to Grace's school. He invited me to a Minecraft server because he was going to my school.
It always comes back to Minecraft.
And
It
then
always comes back.
this R kid who had prank called me, he was also on that Minecraft server, and like so we had talked to each other in the chat or whatever and stuff like that. That's kind of the only communication we had, and then that Minecraft server just kind of died one day, and then
Did R contact you through P, or did he just like randomly call your number?
he just randomly called my number.
Like it was just like he just randomly picked that number?
Yeah, no, like he got. It wasn't even P who gave him the number. It was this other kid named N. But
Oh.
We're gonna run out of letters soon if we keep this up.
yeah. But basically, yeah, no, Ed gave him his number and that's why he called me. But like,
Okay.
but basically, yeah. So this R kid and we just kind of communicated through the Minecraft tech stuff, and then yeah, the server just kind of died and we never talked again. But yeah, a few years
So
later,
depressing.
when I met Grace, and I don't remember how it came up. You just kind of mentioned his name, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, I knew a kid whose name was also that. And then I think you showed me a picture or something. You might have been telling me you knew a guy who was gonna go in the like priesthood or something,
Yeah.
and you showed me his picture, and I was like, holy. 'Cause
I know that guy.
I knew what he looked like because he had uploaded his prank call onto his YouTube channel. I think he took it down.
Can we link? Oh,
He took that, so I knew what he looked like, and I think we follow each other on Instagram or something like that. But like, I knew what he looked like, so when she showed me his picture, I was like, I know.
I know this guy.
yeah, I went from, I was gonna say K through 8. I think I went like first or second through 8th with him. I liked R. He was kind.
We were really good.
I mean, I hate to say
going
my
new
stories
letters.
are kind of short, but like again, I feel like again, I knew R. R went to my school, and I also knew P, who transferred to Brandon's school. I did not like P. Mm-mm. 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 He's just, he and his family were very political and very in your face about it, because his dad also ran for he ran for city council.
Do I know?
But, no, probably. I mean, you can bleep out the name here, but his name was.
Oh,
Yeah, so if you know his
Okay.
dad, his last name is. But the thing is the reason he had to transfer is because he had a lot of conservative views in very liberal California, and so he pissed off a lot of people.
Jesus.
And so he had to transfer schools because of the fallout of his like run. But as soon as he left, that's when I heard all the bad stories. I mean, he was never my favorite person because he was kind of obnoxious. Like when we were learning about like synonyms, he would be like, he was like that one guy who had to make like everything like exploding. Like, oh, give a synonym and an adjective and like, you know, like the big exploding like whatever. Like it was like everything went back to explosions and dynamite
I
and
did
whatever.
talk to him a lot about Assassin's Creed.
Oh my god.
You know, there are
But
signs for
anyway.
those things.
So
People are-
yeah, I did know him. He went to my school. I wasn't his biggest fan, but we did know each other, and that was really, really weird. And then I also knew R because, again, he went to my school, and I graduated with him in 8th grade. So that was a weird discovery to find out. Something that I find really, really weird, which it makes sense, but it's weird to think about looking back, is just that something weird, just looking back, in middle school, but specifically 8th grade, if you went to a private school, specifically like the Catholic schools in the area, I don't know if other private schools did this, we had dances, but they were called cotillions. And essentially at cotillions, what you would do is you would meet up with other schools within your diocese, and for anybody that's not Catholic, a diocese is basically just like a group of churches that make up a community. So other schools like John Catholic, and other in my school, they all met together. There were like anywhere from like 5 to 10 schools going, and so it was like a really boring high school dance. But high school dances are still boring, so if you can imagine that.
Yeah.
The thing is I went to every single one of those cotillions, and yet I was on my phone the entire time pretending that I was doing something, because that was before I was allowed to have social media or I actually had interest on like any apps. So I'd just be like refreshing my email, looking at texts that my mom had sent me earlier that day, so that way it looked like I was busy and no one would ask me to dance and I wouldn't have to do anything. But I had learned. This is my turn to talk, Sean.
Sorry, I was thinking. Good to continue.
If you want to talk, come closer to the microphone.
This guy just in the middle of his story just fucking stands up and jumps backwards onto his bed and says nothing. Fucking losing my shit over here.
And so, yeah, I had learned that almost all of my high school friend group that we had mentioned earlier had been to cotillions. Brandon went to those cotillions.
I only went to the very last one, 8th grade year, and it was not a great experience.
Oh, is this one where the chaperones were forcing you to dance with girls?
No, I was just chilling with my friends, and the chaperones had to walk up and be like,
You
"So I
need to.
noticed you didn't ask anyone to slow dance with you." That
I don't want to dance
don't
with
wanna-
I would like to
you.
point out now that I
Brandon.
work in education and I know what parent volunteers are and aren't supposed to do. They were not supposed to ask you that.
Brandon,
they
you
like
should have said, I'm gay.
that was,
Do you need to censor that?
No.
No,
Good.
why would gay? No.
I don't know
You-
what things going
Okay,
on.
you want to know something that we're gonna have to censor? Sean, I'm gonna freaking and then like they do at those. When I went to the Marin Headlands, I once saw that they had, and then they were because they wanted to see its cause of death. I'm gonna do that, but I don't want to know your cause of death. I just want to.
What's that all in one
honestly,
sentence?
Hold up. I wanted that to hold up.
One thing one way, your soul
don't
the other way,
don't-
because you know what? I
don't-
just can't. And you know what?
Those words
cut
go
this in
together.
Don't bleep this out.
You can
Don't
just cut this in half and just newt the shit
I'm gonna
out of
have
it.
so much fun with it.
You need it. No, you
Well, you know what?
don't censor this. Don't censor this.
What everyone's gonna hear is don't censor this, don't censor this.
But yeah, no. So anyway, so
Base.
yeah, no. The parents are like, yeah, no, you should really go ask someone, go ask those girls out the next time, the next time for the slow dance. Or
No.
okay. So I went up.
Brandon, what if you would ask me to slow dance at a cotillion?
That would have.
I would have told you no.
Well, basically, what happened?
So would
was,
I, Grace. So would I.
the second. slow
You would have
dance,
told Brandon no.
Yeah, I would have told. I mean, look at his
I wouldn't have
face.
asked.
No means no, Brandon. Just
Well, guess what?
Yeah, you
What?
have to know. No means no. Don't pressure a woman to do something he doesn't. She
Guess
does.
what?
He
I
does
got
not.
asked by one whole man, not even a man. I got asked by one boy to dance.
I'm sorry, have half men come up and ask you to
A
dance?
midget-
One
a
whole
midget.
man.
Okay.
Yep.
For
One
my
guy.
for my dance, I still remember her name, and I'm just gonna say she was a ginger.
Why is
And
that
Okay.
important?
Yeah, I don't know. According to the
no,
story.
no. I didn't know how to slow dance, so I'm like, I don't know what to do. And
Oh,
then she's like,
Dave asked me to
what?
dance at a cotillion, and now he's married.
no, she looked at me and like, you don't know how to slow dance? I'm like, no, but how? Everyone knows how to. I'm like, I don't. Why am I supposed to know how to slow dance? And she's
Kinda-
like,
Brandon doesn't know how to slow
okay,
dance.
sure. I stepped on her feet so many times.
Oh,
It's supposed to go the other way around.
No, luckily she was wearing heels. I didn't get a hole in my foot. Well,
what do you mean, luckily?
Luckily, she was wearing heels, so when I stepped on her ankle, they just broke right there. It just broke her ankle.
no. Luckily it was just her toes. So
Yeah,
thank
just
God.
broke her toes.
No, I don't know. I felt. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry. So I literally apologized. I apologize a lot.
So yeah, so the chaperones pointed to a very just random group of girls told me and the group I was hanging out with to go ask them. So the second slow dance came around, and yeah, I went up there and we're like, hey, would you like to slow dance? And then yeah, no, we definitely got that just kind of weirded, understandably just weirded out look at us. And then they're like, well, the one I don't know about any of my other friends, but at least the girl that I asked, she said, oh, I'll dance with you the next one.
I'll get you the next one.
And then the next one came around and she didn't
That's a
dance.
polite girl, no.
Yeah, it's
And then the next
okay.
dance she didn't dance with him.
Your voice is cracked.
yeah, okay, she didn't say no.
Okay, no.
No,
It's,
she
it's,
said no.
So he
Brandon.
went back to bother that poor girl
no,
again.
No,
it's
it
like
has
that
to
thing
go
where it's like
so.
the worst thing she can say is no, right?
So I did that, and then and I told the chaperone like, "Hey, I asked, leave me alone."
That didn't seem like a question.
And then, the third slow dance came around. I was like, oh, "Okay, I guess I'll find her." And I found her. She was slow dancing with some other guy, so I was like, "Oh, okay."
You need more Riz, Brandon.
Girls, I probably thought you were ugly, which makes sense because looking at your pictures of you from before high school, you had no chin.
Damn.
He was just a Minecraft square block.
The end of Brandon's mouth was just his neck. So
But to be fair though, for like when I had braces and stuff, I had to get one of those tools that pulled my lower jaw forward because I had an overbite.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably I don't know, but I don't know.
Oh, very
That
precious.
might have been.
Wait, hold on. Okay, never mind. I'm not. No, I'm
I
not.
think I might have a
Wait.
picture of you somewhere.
All right.
What?
Wait.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Anytime someone says like
What?
hold up and then just like doesn't follow it up with anything.
No one said
what I'm
hold
gonna
up.
do. Now, yes, you did. You
I
very
said
much
I'm not
did.
going to say anything, and then you said
hang on. Never mind, I'm not gonna say anything. I've never been to any cotillions before. But yeah, no, that wasn't something that like my school ever did. It wasn't it was just like school dance typical stuff. We did, however, have to do for like our we have like a mandatory freshman PE that everyone had to do. And towards like homecoming season, the teacher was just like, "Hey, it's slow dancing and line dancing time because when these songs come on at the school dance, I don't want y'all just standing in the corner doing the freaking Macarena to every freaking song."
Hey,
Which
Macarena.
which Dylan continued to do throughout every single school dance, would just do the Macarena. Um, but yeah, we had to do that kind of thing, and he just paired us up randomly amongst everybody else, and that was pretty much it. What's actually really funny, and is the only reason I'm telling this story, is because that was actually the first time that I danced with, and I will bleep this, that I danced with baby. That was the first time that I actually danced with baby, was during that. And it was the most awkward thing in my life because I hated her my freshman year. She was the most annoying person to me my freshman year. But yeah, that was that first moment, and it was awful. It was for like a whole like 7 minutes because he played like a longer
7 minutes of
revamp.
heaven.
No.
Remember? I don't remember if I told you this or not, but I had a back-to-back slow song with my ex who I danced with because I felt really, really guilty about not going to homecoming. I was dancing with Brandon, so I was actually slow dancing with Brandon at the time, right, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were slow dancing together, and I was like, Brandon, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to let you go. I feel really bad because this man is like walking out and he's being all pouty. And so I asked him to dance, and I was like, okay. Because what's so funny about this too is while I'm living out my nightmare, my best friend, she's living her best life and having like that teenage like coming of age moment where like the people crowd and the guy that's like too good for her and would never normally notice her like makes dead eye contact with her and they slow dance together. While she's living out her teenage fantasy, I'm over here with this man I don't want to look at anymore for 2 like 4-minute songs back to back.
No.
You could have accidentally stepped on his feet a couple times, and then he could walk away.
No, but it was like that awkward shuffle dance. It wasn't like the waltz or something where like you guys are like constantly moving and like make that mistake.
Oh,
No, this is like that awkward high school shuffle where like it's like I don't
sideways.
Where it's literally just Ed Sheeran for 10 minutes.
know. Actually, what Ed Sheeran?
Yeah.
It was
Perfect.
perfect. Yeah, it was perfect by Ed Sheeran, and then the next one was like a senior farewell song. It was like Moving On, Letting Go.
Yep.
Holding On Till Tomorrow by Miley Cyrus.
He's the ginger,
So-
right?
Yes, Ed
Ed
Sheeran is the ginger.
So
Yes.
so
What's the song?
so
that he wrote?
A's song with her current boyfriend is Perfect by Ed Sheeran, and every time she hears of it, she thinks of that like teenage movie coming of age moment. And I think of that time I got fucking stuck dancing with my ex that I didn't want to dance with. But yeah.
That's fun. That's cool.
I'm so glad I only went to one
On
dance.
this.
Did you feel bad that I left?
Yeah, Brandon cried later that night.
He went.
Can't imagine
he went
he
to
cared
the.
too
He
much.
went to the restroom and just cried, and then a guy walked in there saying, "Brandon, are you
Did your
alright?"
mascara run
No, I was doing that awkward thing. I was just chilling on the
against
side
the wall?
of the wall, yeah.
Yeah.
It got
Brandon
even
then just
more
continued
No,
to
no,
slow
he
dance
wasn't even
with
looking.
Aaron, was
He wasn't
just
even
like-
looking at. He was looking at the wall, like
Yeah, no,
looking
then
at
it
the wall.
got even more awkward when that second song came on. I was like, oh, I guess I'm doing this for a little while.
No, you
Guess I'm
should have danced
chilling
on.
here
You
for
should
a
have danced on your
little
own.
Dude, that was the one thing that like always upset me whenever I was at the school dances, because I actually like enjoyed going to the school dances. A lot of the people at my
I
school
feel like
were
if
just
I
like
went
really
to a
weird.
school dance with you, that would have been fucking hype.
It depend on what year you went with me, because like freshman year like was
Freshman year,
fine.
I didn't get to go.
We've all heard the story, okay?
Oh, this is a reference to the first episode.
But yeah, it's like the freshman year would have been fine. It would have. I probably was still like really awkward my freshman year. Sophomore year would have been terrible. Junior year was the absolute worst homecoming I've been to. And senior year we didn't actually have a homecoming because of COVID stuff.
Yeah.
But like, God, you guys know my friends, and they're so awkward. They're so horrible in like big groups
Yeah.
of people,
Back to
especially with,
the
like Dylan and Eric. Ah.
yeah. Back to the Minecraft server. We ended up befriending all of Dylan's friends.
For the most part.
I
You
mean
have
not
friends
anymore. Now mostly we're just in contact with Steven. But back in the day of like all but 2 years ago, we were
Back
like,
in the day. That's 4 years ago though.
oh yeah, that was 4 years. Oh
That's
my
4
god.
years.
That's crazy. Anyway, we had befriended everybody, and Dylan was like, I think it makes me really uncomfortable that my cousin came in and became closer friends with my friends than me.
No, yeah, Dylan said that at one of the following year, because we were at it was like Dylan's birthday celebration kind of thing at Eric's house, and we all brought our laptops to play Minecraft there. And the following year when we were again just celebrating Dylan's birthday, I made some sort of comment of like having just done something with the two of you, and Dylan was just like, it makes me incredibly uncomfortable that you're closer friends with Brandon than I am. And I was just like, I looked at him dead in the eyes and I was like, it's not my fault you're a shit family member.
Jesus
That was
Christ.
the end of that conversation.
Sometimes
Yep.
I forget though that you and Dylan are related because you guys are so different.
You guys
No.
also don't look alike, like the
Not
rest
at
of
all.
your family does. Ashley looks like Dylan, like
Yeah.
fucking Chloe and Kenny look like each
Yeah,
other.
they look alike. You don't look like them.
The first time I saw your mom, I swear to God, I thought it was like Dylan's mom. I had to do a double take. Like the rest of
I
your
look
family
like
looks
none
so...
of your family, Brandon.
I would hope
Thank
so.
God.
I would hope so.
Anyway,
Do I look like
we're gonna have to
anything?
cut it here. We can continue later. Sean says he has to get going.
Yeah, I do have to go for a couple hours.
Where do you have to go though?
I have to make my own dinner. I'm starving. I haven't had dinner yet.
Alright, Sean, this is what
That's
you
why
can
we're
do.
cutting it short.
This is what you can do because we're nearing like an hour anyways. Go ahead and just tell us who the third wheel is today.
I thought it was the guest pass, or not pass.
Yeah, who gets the
Oh yeah,
All
tell
right.
us who gets a free
This
like.
became an entire hour of just like small talk, but you know what?
Honestly,
This is
I'll
nice.
take that. Small talk is good. I need my
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
we're
my
really
vitamin.
good at it. There was
I
just like every episode is becoming like 30 minutes of small talk in the beginning.
And this whole thing was just small talk.
But yeah, so like
Which
it
is
depends
So
like-
there were
on.
some overarching themes of Minecraft.
Yeah, let's see,
and
Minecraft, bringing people together, and then
it's a small world.
and then Monopoly destroys them.
Oh, that's very true. This friend group has a bad track with Monopoly.
I will never play a fair game of Monopoly.
I've played Monopoly.
Because you slide money under the table, and you know what? I want to slide money under the table. That sounds hilarious.
Well, even when I play with you guys, it's never a fair game of Monopoly because you give up halfway through it.
Yeah, that's true.
I've never played a legit game of Monopoly in my life.
That's because when we play online. We play Monopoly Plus on Steam, and I guess it's actually considered is that Ubisoft?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Ubisoft.
Whatever, Ubisoft Connect, whatever, not endorsed, but whatever. The thing is I don't know what it is. I'm not lucky when it comes to Monopoly, and so very, very quickly into the game, I have less properties than everyone else, and I go bankrupt very, very soon. So right before I'm about to like have a downturn for the worst, because like this happens normally, like when Brandon and Steven make trades and one of them gets a monopoly and they start building hotels and shit. I'm like, okay, how can I make this suck for one person? And so I give all my properties and all my money to one person.
It's usually
Yeah,
Brandon.
you've done that to me before.
It's
You've done that to
usually
me before.
Brandon.
That's not true. Last time I gave them to you.
No, last time you gave him to Brandon and he still lost.
Oh no, you're right. I took pity on Brandon and then he still lost. And I
She
said
wants to
next
try
time it's
being
gonna
on the
be
winning
you.
side.
The
Like
first
Italy.
time, I remember the first time it was you though.
It was me, yeah, and Brandon lost like
And
instantly.
then I keep taking pity on Brandon for some reason, thinking maybe he'll pull out a win, and then he doesn't. I need to like learn my lesson.
It's Brandon.
But anyways, Sean, you give a third wheel pass to anyone. It doesn't matter your reasoning. It doesn't have to go to the person
There
you
has
think
to be
did
a
better.
reason.
Well, no,
No,
you
there
can
has to
give
be a
it
reason, but it
away.
doesn't matter the reason.
It doesn't have to make sense.
But you have to have. But you just say your reason as far as whatever.
Can I give it to myself?
No.
No, because you're not a recurring member.
Can spin
That's
a wheel.
true.
Shut up, Brandon. Your stupid wheels out of
I'd
here.
like to give it to the water bottle right next to Brandon because that seems to be a recurring member to this. Because everyone
my
has to
God.
drink
I was
water.
drinking out of the water bottle.
Yeah,
and
which means that you're drinking its blood. Cannibal.
Yeah, Brandon, you're a water bottle.
I was a cannibal in this group. If you want to understand that reference, you have to go to at Mr. Boatcraft on YouTube and watch our series of the
Also,
forest.
I don't- I'm sorry, I don't think. Okay, you also referenced like the first episode. I don't think I've seen that.
Oh,
Okay,
you need to
well,
listen to that.
you know what?
gotta
You need to go
listen
back.
that.
Yep. And
If
if
you
you're
wanna-
listening right now,
If you want to hear the most traumatic thing that's happened in my life ever, still to this day, you need to go listen to that.
Maybe the next time if I do come on, if I'm invited back, I'll bring up a traumatic event.
Go for it.
oh, I love that. I love it. You're giving us some incentive. I
Yep,
love it.
that'll be if I'm invited back for next time. Until this fucker decides to do something stupid. And I'm talking about you, Brandon.
Yeah,
You must not.
Brandon.
You're going
Yeah,
whole
well,
asshole.
yeah.
You hoe. You have to fucking.
So
The
accusatory.
whole thing just gonna. No, you need. I just want you to add Jeopardy music to that, and
Yes,
you
Sean.
just. It's just.
It's copyrighted.
Hey, Sean.
Oh wait, it is. Then
Hey,
non-tropical.
Sean!
What
Sean.
do you want? Oh yeah, I need to. I need to third wheel.
You gotta pick a buddy. You gotta pick a third wheel.
No, you're not.
pass.
Well,
You
I
can
guess
do
you're
both.
doing the. I guess you're doing the. Yeah, you can pick a third wheel, but it's not going to determine who the third wheel is. The next episode, it's me. But
Yeah.
you can pick a third wheel, and you can
They
pick
just don't
someone
get
who
to
you want
pick
to
the
give it back
topic.
to.
Mm. Well, okay. Brandon, I'll give you a pass because you don't like choosing the topics, and you really don't have anything to talk
Oh,
about.
you do listen.
Oh,
I feel like
Damn it.
that is the most valid reason anyone will
I mean,
ever make.
Here's the thing. Brandon is indecisive, but he's hard-headed. Think of him like if someone cheated on him.
One dull explanation later.
I'm gonna give the
Annoying.
third wheel to Steven.
Okay, that's mean. I
What's-
thought I
so
was
what's your reason?
outgoing. I
No,
thought I
no,
was
you
outgoing.
are outgoing, but I want to see you not outgoing.
well,
All right. You want to see me not outgoing?
Nice ass.
oh, is he gonna plop down?
Yeah, you're gonna plop down. Steven,
Oh my god!
get over here.
I I'm being not outgoing by not listening to you and staying away.
I know. He can't. I know
Oh
he
my
can't.
gosh.
I know.
I want this. Okay, I want this picture of what you were doing to be the thumbnail.
Fucking knocked over my chair when I stood up.
You got a nice. Okay, hold on. You got a nice ass, by the way.
I know.
All right, I'm gonna take off. I got my own things to do. So you guys, don't murder, don't gas, don't procrastinate, and
Don't gas.
I can't agree to all of those things, and I'm not telling you which one I don't agree with.
Constantly say gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
yeah, you just need the G shirt.
What?
Gaslight girl.
Anyway, whatever. There is absolutely nothing wrong with being the third wheel
Unless you have a nice ass.
That's gonna be.
Siri, the second time you've interrupted one of our episodes.
God damn it!